All right, welcome, welcome. My name is Kathy. This class is called Yoga Sculpt. It's 30 minutes of strength training with weights, 30 minutes of yoga. So we need our dumbbells, both kinds of bands. Yep, we're going to grab one of those bands out of the bag and then one of the bands with the handles from the closet. We're going to do a warm-up before we start. There is a card for Jen. She had her baby boy, so I want you guys to sign that card if you have time, if you know Jen. Let's give her some love and support. Okay, Throwback Thursday, because Chrissy said it's time. Right, Chrissy? Okay. All right, we're going back to the 70s. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get warmed up. Again, my name is Kathy. Welcome. Let's march. Right foot lead. Good. Inhale, big deep breath. Exhale. Do that again. All right, we're going to walk up, straddle the step, and now you're going to tap right and left. Tap right and left, reach that opposite arm up. Good. We want to take a couple minutes and get our muscles warm before we pick up weights. Did everybody check the step to make sure it's locked in with the risers? Good. All right, last 4, 3, 2, keep your feet on the floor. We're going to tap, reach that arm up. Make your movements really big in the warm-up. All right, now take it across the body. Let's get those back muscles warm. Looking good. 4, 3, 2. Now push it forward. Let's go hamstring curl behind. Try to get your heel closer to your glute. Nice work, you guys. So a proper warm-up helps us to prevent injuries. Now let's reach it up. My job is to give you a good workout, to be an encourager, and to help you get results and not get injured. Anybody want that? Results and no injuries. 4, 3, 2, march it here. All right, we're gonna bring it in so you're hugging the step with the lower legs. Look up, squat. So when we plan our workout for the week, something I want you guys to think about is the concept of cross-training. So here's an example. If I'm a runner and I love to run, you do it, but don't run every day. If I like to strength train, I should be strength training, but not every day. That's where we get overuse injuries. So you gotta mix it up. So for example, Monday might be cardio, Tuesday strength training and yoga, Wednesday cardio, you get the idea. All right, last 2. One more. Now hold it down at the bottom. Place the hands above the knees. You're gonna slowly round up, roll the shoulders, and pick up your heaviest dumbbell. Okay, it's time to get to work Thursday. Biceps. Okay, let's get started with biceps. Today we're gonna balance. So we're gonna balance on the right leg. You lift for 2, lower for 2. Right knee is bent. You're gonna loosen up the grip and take the arms 95% straight. If the balance isn't working, you may heel tap like this. I want you to try to float the foot. Just try. Now when we balance, we make it harder. Everything is harder. We can do this on 2 legs, but we're trying to challenge ourselves. I want you to have the mindset that you work as hard as you can and push yourself so you're uncomfortable. Lift for 2, lower for 2. Okay, who's feeling something here? You guys start to feel it? Right leg getting a little tired. Maybe we're feeling it in our biceps. 4 more like this, and then we're gonna make a change. Good, nice, loose grip. Open up those hands a little. 2 more. You got this Thursday. 1 more. Get ready. Let's go tempo pace. You're gonna go right knee comes up, left knee comes up. Now, you're not swinging. We picked up that tempo, but we're not using any momentum ever. I want to show you something from the side. Even when we're here, my arms are 95% straight. I have plenty of time. Some of you are doing this. Don't do this. If I do this, I'm working half my bicep. Can you guys see that? See the difference? Watch this. Also, there's no movement in your torso. Don't do this. Don't move the body. Isolate biceps. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, left leg. Are we ready to balance on the left? Lift for 2, lower it for 2. Okay, try to get those arms 95% straight. We want to open up the hands and maintain that loose grip so we're not working the forearms. Keep your left knee bent. Try to lift your right knee higher. Okay, Thursday, scale of 1 through 10. Perceived exertion. We want this to feel like an 8 to a 9. Who's with me? Okay. If it feels easier than an 8, you need to go heavier. Ladies, remember, we don't use baby tiny dumbbells. You're gonna waste your time if you do that. So I'm always telling you guys, don't use those little weights. I want you to challenge yourself. How's your left leg feeling? Okay, we're feeling it. 2 more here. Get ready for a change. 1 more here. Now watch the leg, tempo, left leg, we're gonna go abduction, don't swing, right leg, good. Tempo pace. Arms, 95% straight. Scale 1 through 10, somebody give me your number. Okay, good, 8, I heard 8, I heard 9. Excellent. Looking strong. Almost done. No swinging, if it's too hard, switch to 1 dumbbell, 1 arm at a time. Good job. You are stronger than you think you are. We want the muscles tired. We talked about this on Tuesday. We have an F word that is a good F word in this building. Fatigue. We want fatigue. 4 more and you're done. 3 more. 2. Last one. Shake it out. Those biceps should be tired. If they're not, you need to go heavier. Ladies, you're not going to get big giant arms from using 10, 12-pound weights. Not going to happen. Okay, you got your band. Take your right foot, step it in the middle of the band. Look at the 2 parts. They should be equal. Left foot comes back. Feet staggered like you're on railroad tracks. Underhand grip, lunging. Drop it for 2, lift it for 2. This is called a split leg lunge. Now we're going to add layers to this. You guys ready for some layers? Reach the handles out. Now we're going to balance, row, and then reach the handles like you're trying to give them to somebody. Give them to somebody who's standing in front of you. Scapular retraction. That's a fancy way of saying squeeze your shoulder blades. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to stay on the beat. If you can't hear the beat, I want you to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how are we feeling Thursday? Anybody out of their comfort zone? Okay, good. We want to embrace it. So for the next hour, we should be uncomfortable. I want you to wrap your brain around the idea that a good workout, an effective workout, will always be uncomfortable. Same thing goes for your cardio. Is everybody doing cardio? Yes, everybody should be doing cardio. Somebody said to me last week, this is an interesting myth. She said, I don't do cardio because I don't need to lose weight. And I challenged that thinking, I said, wait a minute. What's the #1 killer of Americans? Heart disease. If you are at a perfect weight, you're totally healthy, you have no weight to lose, you still need to do cardio. Everybody does. #1 killer of Americans for many, many, many years. Even in 2020. Guess what was the #1 killer of Americans in 2020? Was it COVID? Not even close. Heart disease. And guess what? New research tells us 80% of that is preventable. 80% of heart disease. It's a lifestyle disease. Some of it's genetic, but not a lot. Okay, who thinks we can do 6 more reps? How's your right gluteal feeling? Okay, scale of 1 through 10, give me your number. Okay, 2 more. I heard some 10s. Don't go anywhere, we're not done. We're not done. Put the handles behind the shoulders. Show me your lowest point in the lunge. Drop, lift. Lower and lift. Your right glute should be on fire. Legs might be shaking a little, burning. That is muscle fatigue, and it's good. Last 4. I know it doesn't feel good. 2 more. Last one. Carefully release and pick up your heavy dumbbells. Okay, let's get to the deadlift, you guys. How are we doing Thursday? How's that energy today? Good job. All right, come on up. Heavy dumbbells. Feet hip distance. Look forward. 2. Bring it up for 2. We drop for 2. Okay, adding the arms. Here we go. Reach. Row. Reach. Come up neutral. When you come up, don't arch your back. So, I'm going to show you what not to do because sometimes that's the best way for me to teach you this. Don't do this. Check it out. Don't do that. This is what we want to do. Neutral spine position. Please do not do this. You're going to hurt your back. My job, again, I take this very seriously. This is my fun job. But even though it's my fun job, I love this job and I don't want anybody to get injured. I want you guys to get your results that you're looking for and never ever get injured. Is it possible to do that? Of course it is. Now let's talk about nutrition. Because if you want to get good results, nutrition is 80% of that picture. How we doing with our protein Thursday? Okay, good job. Are we prioritizing protein? 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight every day. So if you weigh 100 pounds, every single day you should be eating 100 grams of protein. It's not that hard. If you eat 3 meals, 30 grams of protein is your target per meal. Any snacks that you eat should be protein. Cottage cheese, yogurt. Watch the yogurt though. Read your labels. Don't eat that junk with sugar and chemicals. Okay, let's do 1 more. All right, guys, carefully step down. We're going back to that resistance band with the handle. Who's feeling blessed to have 2 legs today? Yes, we are. All right. Don't ever take that for granted. Overhand grip. So the band is in the middle of your shoe. You got both sides looking pretty equal here. 2 and 2. Drop for 2, lift it up for 2. Overhand grip means my palms are down. We're just mixing it up a little. Now reach it out front. Here we go, let's balance. So I'm gonna reach it way out front, like I'm trying to give it to somebody. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you land, you're gonna try to take that right foot and reach it way back, way back. You don't want to overload the front knee or hyperextend. Remember guys, your form is everything. So if you want to get good results, here's the formula. Good form plus good nutrition equals results. Yes? All right. You're doing awesome. Short-term goal, trying to get the muscles tired. The left gluteal is the primary stabilizer for this exercise. That is a big muscle. By the time we finish, your left glute should be fatigued. There's that F word again. Now, long-term goal, why do we do strength training? What's the big picture? Muscle. As we age, starting in our 30s, we used to think it was the 40s, starting in our 30s, we lose muscle. If we do nothing. You don't want to lose muscle. Because as we age, we become more frail if we don't actively strength train and focus on maintaining muscle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't get ahead of the beat. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want that muscle so that we can live a long, healthy life. And I told you guys on Tuesday, we want to be the 90-year-old getting off the toilet with no assistance. Yes? Who's with me on that? Yeah. I want to be 85 and traveling and putting my bag up in the overhead. Somebody offers to help me, I'm going to say, no thank you, I got this. Because I go to the gym several times a week and strength train. Use it or lose it. That's what happens with muscle. So I want you to be consistent, and I want you to prioritize strength training. Don't skip it. That's why I created a YouTube channel. Okay, how's that left glute do it? Who thinks we can do 6 more reps? You are stronger than you think you are. So much of this is mental. Don't give up because it's hard. This is supposed to be hard. All right, guys, 2 more. Yes, you're gonna make it. 1 more, don't go anywhere, we're not done. Put the band, the handles behind the shoulders. Get to your lowest point. Drop that right knee. Here we go. You're gonna drop and lift. You're using the resistance from this band to fatigue the muscles. Drop that right knee lower. Yes, you can. Almost done it. 2 more. Here it is. Left glute on fire. Slowly release it. Shake it out. Oh, how'd we do? Okay, let's go back to heavy dumbbells. We're going to finish deadlift. All right, guys. So, heavy weight. Heavy weight. Here we go. Drop for 2. Lift it for 2. Back flat. You got to lift that chest. Okay, add the arms right here. We're going to reach, row, reach, come up neutral. So the other reason we want muscle is research tells us if we can maintain a healthy weight as we age, our joints are going to do better. Does anybody know people who had to have their knees replaced and their hips replaced? So some of that could be due to genetic factors out of your control, like arthritis. But most of it, is excessive weight straining the joint and breaking it down. So we don't want to have to go through all that. We want to focus on maintaining that healthy weight. And how do we do that? Muscle is metabolically active tissue. So the more muscle we have, the more calories we burn, even when we're resting, which is wonderful news. 1 pound of muscle burns about 4 to 5 times the calories that 1 pound of fat burns. So you want that metabolism to be fired up and working efficiently. Let's do 2 more. That's where muscle comes in. Here we go, last one. Great job, everybody. All right, carefully step down. Now, we're gonna pick up those medium dumbbells. Remember, you're never gonna hear me say, pick up your baby dumbbells. In general, nobody should be using the red dumbbells, ever, unless you're combining it with a purple, okay? I don't want you using those baby dumbbells. We should get rid of them. All right, so you're tilting forward, tricep superset, lift, lower. So we talked about the importance of muscle. So everybody's probably thinking, great, you've convinced me that muscle is important. What do I need to do? Sign me up. So 2 things. Strength training, 2 to 3 times a week. I want you guys to come every Tuesday and every Thursday. And we'll talk about the 3 valid excuses for missing class in just a minute. But also protein. I'm kind of a broken record on the protein thing, but it's so important. Now you're going to keep those weights back behind your hip bones. Dr. Gabrielle Lyons has a great podcast, and she also has a book called Forever Strong, and it's full of research. She focuses on women, mostly women, and muscle. She's all about the protein. So I recommend, if you're not sure, I recommend doing an app for 1 week. Go to MyFitnessPal or Lose It, those are free, and track your nutrition. Okay, who's doing some burning here? 2 more and you're done. All right, second exercise, superset, overhead press. Drop for 2, right leg abduction. So we got to balance, we're going slow on purpose. Dumbbells are going to disappear behind your head. Now Thursday, remember, good form equals good results. We are going to tuck the arms into the ears. There's no gap between your arms and your ears. Tuck it in tight. So this is how I cheat. See this ginormous gap? Don't do that. It's not going to do anything for your triceps. Okay, let's close the gap. Dumbbells disappear. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it feels slow, you guys, but we're being really intentional. Slower is better. We have a ton of research on this. When we go slow, we give the muscle time for full contraction. When we go slow, we're less likely to get injured. Excellent. Lift for 2, lower for 2. Okay, who thinks we can do 2 more here? We're almost done. 2 more slow. I want you to dig deep mentally. 1 more. Tempo with the knee lift. Okay, scale of 1 through 10. Give me your number. This should be a 10 or a 9.5. For sure a 9.5. Triceps should be fatigued. Anybody? Okay, close up that gap. Some of you are here. No good. No results if I cheat. No cheating. That's my only rule for you. All right. Last 4. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Put those weights down. Okay. We're going to get our band. It goes around the legs. I want to challenge you to try to do this standing up. Okay? I want you to just try. If you can't do it standing up and you don't feel safe, by all means sit. But you know what? Sometimes we don't try. So we're going to put it around the mid-thigh area. Mid-thigh. All right, guys. Make sure it's not all bunched up. So 3 valid excuses for missing class. I'm kind of a stickler on this because I hear the craziest stuff from you guys. And I just kind of look at people like, what? Okay, your feet are wider than your hips. Let's start with our squats. We're going to start here. So you're going to sit for 2, lift and squeeze. Feet wider than hips. Number 1, best excuse ever, you are physically out of town. Kathy and I are going to be in Montana. We are physically going to be out of town. Is that a good excuse for us missing class? Kathy, I'm going to give you a pass on that one. Because you're going to be in Montana. You're going to be hiking, biking, and whitewater rafting. You're not going to be able to come to Yoga Sculpt. So that's a great excuse. Number 2, you're sick. If you're sick, you can stay home. Okay, we're totally okay with that. Stay home. Number 3, you have a job that you have to go to. You can miss class for that. And that is why I created the YouTube channel. Remember guys, I don't care if you follow me. You know, at age 56, I'm not looking for followers. My heart, Kelly, I got 3 more weeks, okay. Kelly knows that because we are 1 year and 1 day apart. Not gonna tell you who's older. Okay, good job. So I don't care about followers. I want you guys to be able to be successful with your fitness journey. Okay, let's do 2 more here. You're doing awesome. Now, you're gonna hold that squat. Put the weights on the shoulders for now. Look at the word fitness. Make sure you have room to move to the right. We're gonna step right. Now go left. So it's 2 and 2. You're doing 2 to the left. Get lower, 2 to the right. Get low, bend those knees. Great job, you guys. All right, we're gonna take goalpost arms, elbows touch. Right for 2. Get lower, left for 2. So you gotta bend your knees a little bit more. Go right for 2. Elbows touch. Working the pectorals and the deltoid. You are stretching that band like you're trying to break it. Nice. I had a friend who was a personal trainer, and she carried, this was a while ago, she carried $10 bills in her gym bag, and if one of her clients broke the band, she gave them $10. You are doing the work. So stretch it like you're trying to break it. I don't have $10, sorry. Get lower. Almost, you guys. 2 to the left. Good. 2 to the right. Nice. Last time left. Now, hold it. Feet wider than hips, toes pointing forward. Get to your lowest point in a chair, little tiny pulses. So we're using this resistance to try to get our quads, hip flexors, and glutes fatigued. There's that F word again. Who's feeling it? Scale of 1 through 10. Okay, 9. Okay, 11. Hold it. Hands above the knees. Don't take the band off. We're going to waddle, duck walk. Put your weights on your step. Get your mat. Put your mat with your step like a capital T. Okay. We're going to do glute bridge, chest fly. So we're going to come down, pick up these same medium dumbbells, scoot your booty close to your step. Your heels are on the step. You're lifting your hips. So you're creating a strong bridge. Lift those hips up higher. All right. Palms come together. Chest fly. Open the arms for 2. Close them for 2. Lower the hips for 2. Lift. Squeeze the glutes. When you do your chest fly, you're getting your arms 95% straight. Do not let any part of your arms touch the floor. Okay, Thursday, we're going to add on. You're going to open your knees for 2 as you drop those hips. Squeeze. Drop. Open. Lift. Squeeze. Drop. Open the knees. I want you to try to break that band. You're taking those knees way, way, way far apart from each other. Really open it. Open. 2. Lift. Squeeze. So we open and drop at the same time. Good. You have that medium grip on your dumbbells. And those arms, again, 95% straight. Now, this should make us sore tomorrow. We expect the muscles to get sore. Could be tomorrow, it could be Saturday. Best thing to do if your muscles are sore is move your body. Just expect it. You guys are doing an amazing job. Amazing job. You're almost done. Hang in there. We drop, open the knees, lift, squeeze the glutes. So remember, fitness is not complicated, but it doesn't mean it's easy. So here's your formula for success. You show up on a consistent basis. You put the effort in. Scale of 1 through 10, we should be at an 8 to a 9 the whole time. Same thing goes for your cardio. And then you nail your nutrition. That's what matters. Focus on protein. All right, guys, 2 more. Yes, you can. Now hold it at the top. Hold it here. Squeeze the glutes. Slowly lower. Okay, we are going to grab beneath one knee. Keep that band on. Swing the legs around. I know it's a little awkward. Swing the legs around. You can add your towel if you want. We're going to finish with push-ups and then we're going to be done. So everybody in this room can do push-ups. You might be on your knees. You might be on your toes. It's still a push-up. All right, your body's in a straight line. Look at the front here. Don't do this. Don't do this. All right, straight line. 2 and 2. Here we go. Drop for 2. Push it up for 2. We inhale on the drop. We exhale on the push. Take that chest lower. You're going to make it Thursday. This is your final exercise for strength training. Make sure you don't arch your back. Maintain that neutral spine. Body's in a straight line. Drop the chest lower. Yes, you can. Contract the core. Focus on your breathing. All right. You're strong. Tell yourself that. I am strong. Don't ever say anything like, I can't do push-ups. Yes, you can. Last 4 and you're done. Come on, drop that chest lower. Last 3. Here we go. 2 more. Big finish. 1 more. All right, drop your knees. Stretch it back. Take that band off. You are done with strength training. Again, I want you to try to do that standing. Just try to take it off standing. If we don't practice balance, we're not going to improve our balance. All right. Ready for some yoga. Amazing job with the strength training, everybody. So we're going to keep our steps. Don't put your steps away. Okay, we don't have time for that. Plus the next class needs our steps. So keep your steps. We're going to take our shoes off. And if you have your phone with you, your phone or your watch or anything that makes noises, if you could please turn that on silent, that would be wonderful. We want to have 30 minutes to unplug. Okay, so let's grab some water. For yoga, we need a mat. Should have a towel and water. Remember, you start hydrating the moment you wake up, ideally. All right, guys. So we're taking those shoes off. When you're ready, we're coming up to the top of the mat, sunflowers. So we're going to take our feet out to the width of the mat. We will inhale, reach the arms up, crossing the arms at the top, and then exhale, hip hinge, sweeping the arms, crossing at the bottom, and then we'll repeat that. So you're just flowing, moving and breathing, trying to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Using that ujjayi breath, if possible. In through the nose, out through the nose, keeping mouth closed, keeping your throat closed. Your hamstrings are very warm, so we will try to get the legs 95% straight. Reaching the fingertips to the opposite sides of the room. And let's do that one more time. Sunflowers. When you finish, we're coming to mountain pose at the top of the mat. The shoulders are over the hips. Try to relax the shoulders so they're not shrugged up. You might even take, bless you, you might even take a couple of circles, kind of roll the shoulders and then let them relax. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, sit into chair pose, Utkatasana. So just like we did our squats, you're dropping your bottom, you're keeping the upper body lifted. Hands prayer position, we're twisting to the left. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. Pull the left shoulder back, turning the torso to face left. We are, just imagine a chair that got a little bit lower, so we're dropping the bottom maybe 1 inch lower. It is normal for your quadriceps to start to feel fatigue here. Focus on the breath. Now we come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sit. Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands prayer position, twisting to the right. Left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Pull the right shoulder back, turning the torso to face right. Now, same thing. We're going to visualize that chair getting lower. So you're going to bend your knees more, drop your bottom maybe 1 inch lower. The breath here is crucial. Now we come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we swan dive forward. Let's take our first 2 fingers and thumbs, wrap around the big toes, and then let your head just hang down. Bringing the forehead a little closer to the knees. And once again, legs 95% straight if possible. Now release your hands to the mat. Walk or jump to plank pose.
We are dropping down onto the forearms, clasping the hands together. Your body's in a straight line. Make sure you're not piking the hips up. You're not sagging your hips down. Keeping your feet flexed, we lift the right leg 6 to 10 inches off the floor. Lift and pause, and now we lower. Keeping the left foot flexed, lift that left leg 6 to 10 inches off the floor. Pause, breathe, slowly lower. So you're just gonna alternate lifting. Make sure you get a good pause. Take that at your pace. Just lift and pause. Repeat that. Gravity is trying to pull the rectus abdominis down. Make sure you're contracting. You're pulling the navel in. Let's do that one more time each side. And now drop your knees, cross the big toes over each other, resting in child's pose. Forehead is on the mat. Walk the fingertips closer to the front edge of the mat. See if you can drop your bottom closer to your heels. Making our transition now, let's go extended child to down dog. Keep your hands and feet right where they are. Curl the toes under, press the hips back, looking at your feet. Tailbone reaches up to the sky. Inhale, lift your heels away from the mat. Exhale, slowly lower. And again, inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Careful that you're not forcing those heels down. We're gonna do that one more time, lift and lower. And then hold Adho Mukha, down dog. You're looking at your feet, framing the head with the arms. This is an energizing pose. So we're bringing that fresh oxygenated blood to the brain. Really good for your mental alertness. Perfectly safe to do this first thing in the morning. Now we inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee, open up the hip, turning that hip out to face the right, and you're gently looking under the right arm. Bring your hips square to the mat, step the right foot forward. Try to land all the way up at the top of the mat. Take your time coming up. Lunge position. Now we go to warrior two. Hips come up slightly, left foot turns out 10 to 15 degrees. Bend your right knee 90 degrees. We should be using almost the entire length of the mat. Doesn't matter what our height, our leg length is. We want the front foot to be way up here, back foot to be way back here. It's about the separation between the feet. Now, if you can see yourself in the left side mirror, you're checking your right knee. Is your knee truly bent at 90 degrees? See if you can bend it a little bit more. Transition, straighten the right leg, triangle. Right hand resting on the lower right leg, left arm reaches up, looking up towards the ceiling if you can. We're making that triangle with our legs. Now we revolve the triangle. Left hand on top of the right foot or the block, turn your head, look to the right, reach the right arm up, turning the torso to face right. Your right palm should be facing the blue EO circle on the right wall. This is what we call a spinal twist. Really good for the health of the spine, for your internal organs, and for your digestion. Now take your time as you come back to that regular Trikonasana triangle pose. Rebend your right knee. We're back to warrior two. Pay attention to your hip bones. Your hip bones should be looking at the left side of the room. Now we're moving to warrior one. Swim the right arm back, turn your hips and shoulders to face forward, index fingers pressing together. Your hip bones should be looking straight ahead. Try to bend your right knee a little more. Ideally, in Virabhadrasana 1, the front leg should be bent at 90 degrees. That takes a lot of flexibility and strength. Now we're finding a focal point. We're going to transition to balance. So find something that's not moving, a drishti, fixed stationary object. Warrior 3. Drag the toes until you have your balance. We're gonna flex that left foot. Keep the right knee bent. Airplane arms if you're struggling to balance. Otherwise, arms overhead if you have a bad back. This might feel better. Arms to the sides. We have 3 things that help us balance. It's the breath. Try to use that ujjayi breath. The focal point and the core. Using all 3. Remember, if you lose your balance, you simply reset, start again. Now we're gonna plan the landing. We're going back to warrior 2. So take that left foot, step it way back, and it turns out slightly as we land. Bend that right knee, 90 degrees. Intentional arm placement. Inhale, exhale to reverse warrior. Left hand resting on the back of the left leg or the sacrum. You're looking up at your right hand. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, pull the right foot back. Here we are in down dog, alternate heel presses. So you're bending one knee, gently drop that opposite heel, repeat that. Now we're coming full to plank. Setting up for side planks, you might want the yoga block, or you can roll up your mat from the top if you need extra cushioning. Take your left hand, center of the mat, or on top of the block, turn and look to the right, stagger your feet, reach the right arm up, lift your hips up to your highest point. Modify by dropping the left knee if you're struggling. Take your right hand behind your head. Slow motion elbow crunch. We're gonna bring the elbow to the open space between the arm and the hip. We're gonna pause right there, and then we come back to starting position and pause. The key to this elbow crunch is to force yourself to go in slow motion. We're not using any momentum here. It is normal for your left wrist to get tired. And again, if you need that extra support, we have yoga blocks in the closet, or simply roll up your mat from the top. Fingers should be spread out wide, like starfish on the mat. Make sure your left wrist is directly under the shoulder. We don't want the hand too far forward. Let's do one more. Slow motion, elbow crunch. When you finish, you're gonna reach your arm up to that Vasisthasana, side plank. Come to your regular plank. Evenly distribute weight between right and left. Drop the knees, cross big toes over each other. Let's place our hands on top of our feet, forehead resting on the mat. Bring the awareness to your left wrist. Your left wrist is probably tired. We're feeling that fatigue. We put a lot of stress on the wrist. We call that hormesis, and it's good stress. We are building bone density, so there's a rebuilding that happens when we stress the bones like that. It doesn't feel comfortable, it doesn't feel good, but I want you to remember that it's good for your bones. Now let's go extended child, moving to down dog, curl the toes under, press the hips back, looking at your feet, tailbone reaches up to the sky. Inhale, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your left knee, open up the hip, turning the hip out to face the left, and we're gently looking under the left arm. Careful that you're not forcing your right heel down. Be good to the Achilles tendon. Bring the hips square to the mat, step the left foot forward. Try to land all the way at the top of the mat. That's your goal. Take your time coming up, lunge, Virabhadrasana 2, hips come up slightly. Right foot spins out 10-15 degrees. Bend your left knee 90 degrees. Intentional arm placement. Check your alignment so the front heel should be lining up at the back arch, the midpoint of the foot. We're trying to use almost the entire length of the mat. Transition, triangle. Straighten the left leg, tipping over left hand, resting on the lower left leg. Right arm reaches up, looking up towards the ceiling if you can. Making a triangle with those legs. Now we revolve the triangle. Take your right hand, place it on top of the left foot or the block. Turn your head, look to the left. Reach the left arm up and your left palm is facing the left side rear. Pay attention to your breath. You're still contracting the core. Try to actively pull the navel in. I know that's challenging here. Now take your time coming back to your regular triangle. Nice slow transition there. Rebend your left knee. We come back to warrior two. Your hip bones should be looking at the gluteal circle on the right wall. Left arm swims back. Turn the hips and shoulders to face forward. Index fingers pressing together. Your hip bones, if you check in with your hip bones, if you touch them, they should be facing straight ahead. If your hips are tight, it might be a little bit more angled like this. The more we practice yoga consistently, the more our hips will open. Now keep your eyes on your focal point, launching off warrior three. Drag the toes until you have your balance. We're gonna flex the right foot, keep the left knee bent. Remember your airplane arm option if you're struggling to balance. Remember those key elements, it's your breath, focal point, and core. We can add a fourth element, leg strength. So if our legs are stronger because we've been strength training consistently, we're gonna have a better foundation to balance. If you lose your balance, don't get discouraged, don't give up, you come right back to it. We're practicing yoga. It's not meant to be perfect. Now we're gonna plan that landing, stepping way back to warrior two. As I land my right foot is turned out slightly. Rebend the left knee, 90-degree bend here. Inhale, exhale to reverse warrior. Right hand resting on the back of your right leg or the sacrum. Left arm can be bent or straight. Now we inhale, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, pull the left foot back. Here we are in down dog, alternate heel presses. Coming forward to plank, take your right hand, center of the mat or on top of the block, turn and look to the left, stack or stagger your feet, reach that left arm up, lift your hips up to your highest point. And if you need to modify, you're dropping your right knee, take your left hand behind the head. Slow motion elbow crunch. Bring the elbow to the open space between the arm and the hip, pause. Come back to starting position, pause. That's how slowly I want you to do this. Fingers should be spread out wide. Wrist directly under the shoulder. Your wrist is going to get tired. Your arm is going to get tired. Remember, muscle fatigue, this goes for yoga. Muscle fatigue is good. So that's not just for strength training. Really take your time here, letting the muscles fully contract. We're not bringing any momentum into it. If this hurts your wrist, I'm not talking about discomfort, but I'm talking about pain. You should be using a yoga block and you should address that with your doctor. Your workouts should never cause you pain. Let's do one more. Slow motion elbow crunch. When you finish, you're gonna reach that arm up, Vasisthasana. Come back to your regular plank. Press the hips back to down dog. We're shifting most of the weight out of the arms into the legs. From here, we walk or jump, feet to hands. Holding into Uttanasana, let the head hang heavy. Bring your arms to your low back. Right hand comes to the left elbow. Left hand comes to the right elbow. Working on shoulder flexibility. If you can't reach your elbow, you're holding onto the forearm instead. If your neck feels tight this morning, you're turning your head from side to side. Upper body should be like a rag doll. You're just letting your head hang down. Forehead coming a little closer to those knees. Legs 95% straight. Release the hands to the mat, standing table. Try to get the palms of the hands on the floor directly in front of the toes. If that doesn't work, you can go for monkey, fingertips. Pick your head up, look forward. We're preparing to stand up. Now you might want to have your towel yoga strap available for our next balance pose. Slowly reverse, swan dive up, exhale, closing the pose. So we have one more balance pose. So we start by finding our focal point. I use my water bottle because I always have it, and I know that it's there, and it's not moving, unless there's an earthquake. I was teaching at Gold's Gym in like the early 2000s, and we had an earthquake during yoga. Everybody was like, what? We're gonna practice our balance. Okay, so the right knee is bent. Take your right hand to the outside of the left foot, stand tall, and then reach that arm back. Give yourself permission to stay here if you're struggling. Full posture looks like this. We're extending the leg. If you can't reach, you simply wrap that towel around the bottom of the foot. We have yoga straps for you in the closet. Always bring a towel to class. Shoulders back, chest lifted. Remember those 3 key elements helping us balance. Breath, focal point, core. If you lose your balance, you reset, start again. The Ujjayi breath, as strange as this sounds, is going to help you balance. There's a physiological explanation for that. Now we slowly release, shake the right leg out. We're feeling that muscle fatigue. Maybe similar to what we felt during strength training. Maybe it's a little different, but it's there and it's okay. So the left knee is bent. Find your focal point. This time take your left hand to the outside of the right foot. We stand up tall. Reach that right arm back. If I'm having a hard time, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to keep my knee bent. Give yourself that permission. Extend the leg partway or all the way. And I want you to think about why we're practicing balance. Why does balance matter? Number one reason, preventing falls. We're also building bone density right now in the left ankle. We are breathing. Crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are back. Slowly release, shake the legs out. You're done with balance. Take a deep breath. Good job, everybody. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we swan dive forward, slipping the hands under the feet, palms facing up. Let your head hang heavy. So remember, we don't get discouraged if we're struggling with balance. We just keep practicing. Do your balance homework when you're brushing your teeth. You should be standing on one leg. Something that we're doing. If you do that, should be brushing your teeth twice a day, 3 times a day. Keep doing that, be consistent. Now bring the hands to the mat. We're gonna step the left foot to down dog, step the right foot back to down dog, drop to all fours. So you're here on your hands and your knees. Take your right palm facing up. We're gonna slide the right arm under the left, right ear resting on the floor. Walk your left fingertips forward. Keep going until that arm is completely straight. We're stretching the right shoulder, the deltoid, and the left latissimus dorsi. So your bottom's kind of sticking up in the ear. Take your left hand, place it under the left shoulder. Use that arm to gently help you up. Now we take the left palm facing up. Slide that left arm under the right, left ear resting on the mat. Walk the right fingertips forward. Keep going until that arm is completely straight. Bottom's kind of sticking up in the ear. We're still focused on our breath. Now place your right hand under the shoulder. Use that arm to gently help you up. So we're back to all fours, and we're moving into pigeon hip opener. Take your right knee, slide it forward. Heel comes close to the groin area. Extend the left leg back. Sit up really tall, and then walk the hands forward, bringing the forearms down. Maybe bring the forehead down as well if you have that flexibility. This pose is a hip opener. We want to maintain that mobility and flexibility in our hips as we age to prevent lower back issues. And remember, number one reason for tight hips is too much sitting. Anything that you can do instead of sitting, you should stand. Like if you're talking on the phone, anything like that. Try to get in the habit of standing more than sitting. Now slowly pick your head up. Let's bring that torso up as well. And we're coming back to all fours. Take your left knee, slide it forward. Heel comes close to the groin area. Extend the right leg back behind you. Sit up really tall. Walk the hands forward. Bringing the forearms down. Possibly bring the forehead down as well. We are breathing. Try to focus on that ujjayi breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. You're activating that parasympathetic nervous system. Bringing the blood pressure down, bringing your heart rate down. Now slowly pick your head up. Bring the torso up. Swing the right leg out in front. And then we're going to take the soles of our feet together. Hold on to your ankles and scooch your heels closer to your body. This is called the cobbler's pose. So we're sitting up tall and then make contact. The elbows and the forearms are making contact with the inner thighs. What we're not doing is we're not pushing or forcing down. We're going to breathe and then let gravity take over. So the breath is crucial here. If these muscles are tight, these are your adductors. If they're tight, this could be uncomfortable and you might be unconsciously holding your breath. So I want everybody to listen to your breath. What's great about the ujjayi breath is you'll know you're doing it because it's really noisy. It sounds like an ocean wave because you're keeping that mouth closed. We're allowing gravity to take over. And it's very subtle, but gravity is bringing your legs just a little bit closer to the floor. So everything's connected in the body. If the adductors are tight, it's going to pull on our hips, which is going to mess with the lower back. So we don't want any of these muscles tight. Now we release. Let's extend the legs out straight. We cross the right leg on top. Sit up tall. Bring your right hand behind, fingertips pointing away. Left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee, and we're gently looking over the right shoulder. Check your posture, sit up tall. We are elongating the spine. Now we come back to center, uncross. Take the left leg, cross it on top. Left hand comes behind, fingertips pointing away. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. We're gently looking over the left shoulder. Seated spinal twist. Now we come back to center. We are going to scoot up so that we are in the front half of our mat. You want to have mat space behind you. Let's come down onto our backs and we're going to come into a shoulder scan. So I'm going to do the modification first. My hands are on my hips and my legs are parallel to the floor. This is modified shoulder stand. Now the full posture, you're going to use your arms as a tripod stand. The legs are going straight up in the air with pointed toes. You may stay here or you can add some alternating splits, whatever feels right for you. We've got some good research from a couple different universities. This pose is really helpful for circulation in your legs, as well as benefiting the internal organs. There is a gentler version where you can do legs on the wall. You scoot your booty up against the wall and put your legs there. It's supposed to help us sleep. I don't know if that's true, but you could try it. Now you're going to bend your knees, bring your knees close to your ears, bring your hands to the floor. Use your core strength to bring your back down one vertebra at a time. When your entire back is on the mat, reach through to the insides of the feet. Happy baby. You can add a rocking motion side to side if you wish. Now Now bring your feet to the mat. Let's extend the legs out straight, coming to corpse pose. Feet a little wider than hips. Reach your arms out to your sides with your palms facing up. You may cover the eyes with a towel or just close your eyes. And now we rest. On the inhale, let's bring the knees into the chest. Exhale, holding onto the knees, begin to make small circles, massaging out the lower back. Pausing in the center, let's reverse the direction of the circle. Pausing in the center, reach your arms straight out to your sides. Let your knees fall to the left as you turn your head to the right. And now we inhale, bring the knees back to center. Exhale, slowly lower the knees to the right. Turn your head to the left. Spinal twist. Let's roll over onto the right side of the body in a fetal position. Placing your hands on the mat, use the arms to slowly, carefully help yourself up. Coming up to a comfortable seated posture. Gently drape the hands over the knees. Let's drop the chin to the chest. Take your head in a semicircle, just going from one side to the next. And we're pausing in the center, looking straight ahead. We soften the gaze, releasing the arms. Let's inhale and exhale. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, think of one thing you are thankful for. Exhale, namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you feel better than you felt when you got here. And I hope to see everybody back on Saturday if you want a full hour of yoga at 10 a.m. Hope to see you back for that.
Disconnected.